This video speaks to fume hood tests required to make them legal in their operation, and why are fume hoods tested. In my position as a mechanical technical specialist, I dealt with the laboratory systems, especially fume hoods with constant air volume and variable air volume types. From questions and comments I receive, there seems to be some confusion as to how fume hoods should be dealt with. This is offered to provide clarification. Existing fume hoods require verification to be done annually, with gas trace tests being required once every 5 years. Annual fume hood tests usually cost between, let's say $150 to $200 per fume hood. The 5-year gas tracer tests usually cost between $1,500 to $2,000 per fume hood. Work is done by contractors who specialize in this type of work. MD 15128 is the guideline suggested by Public Works and Government Services Canada, and it is the guidelines for design and testing of lab fume hoods in government buildings in Canada. That is to say, in laboratories located in government buildings in Canada. Although built on ASHRAE 110 principles, which is the American and international guideline, it supersedes ASHRAE 110 and adds to the document. MD 15128 actually details what causes a fume hood to pass or fail. ASHRAE 110, last updated in 1995, explains tests to be done for fume hoods. It does not offer what constitutes a pass or fail of the fume hood. It is used by government and private industry in a lot of countries, but not by government buildings in Canada. ANSI, American National Standards Institute, provides a catalog of voluntary standards on many varied subjects from technical to agricultural processes. Their standards on fume hood testing was simply drawn from the ASHRAE 110 document. NFPA 45, Standard on Fire Protection for Laboratories Using Chemicals, stipulates that a minimum airflow rate of 125 liters per square meter of fume hood work surface, or 25 CFM per square foot, must be maintained through the fume hood when it is not in use, to avoid buildup of fumes from products in the fume hood. This requirement is also included in MD 15128. CSA Standard Z316.5-04, Fume hoods and associated exhaust systems. This standard specifies safety requirements for fume hoods, test methods for assessing fume hood performance, requirements for this selection, use, and maintenance of fume hoods, requirements for the education of fume hood users and maintenance personnel, and requirements on information to be exchanged between suppliers and users of fume hoods to ensure that installation, function, and maintenance are compatible with the intended use. The standards for such. Users of this standard should note that fume hood requirements are also established by regulatory authorities. Note, other fume hood requirements can be found in the National Building Code of Canada, the National Fire Code of Canada, the Canadian Environmental Protection Act, and the Nuclear Safety Control Act. There are many standards throughout the U.S. Some change from state to state. It is different, but much the same. Thank you for listening. Bye now.